Good morning, my name is Steven, and well, you know what's happening. We got canceled. As we kind of predicted yesterday, we were hoping really badly that we'd make it into Costa Maya, but it is, I would say it's okay, but I really was looking forward to Costa Maya. But today is a beautiful sea day aboard Allure of the Seas. It's still an Oasis class ship at the end of the day. Let's see how they take care of us when a port gets canceled. That's 6,500 people still on board. It's gonna be a crowded day, that's all I could say. Let's go. When I say it's busy, I really mean it. Like, look at Johnny Rockets, that's a specialty restaurant, that's busy. Look at across the way, Sabor, that's a specialty restaurant, that's busy. I guess people aren't spending money on Costa Maya, so they're spending money here. Did Royal cancel intentionally? I don't know.
All you need to do is to write down up to 26 either behind your paper.
So we have made it over the schooner bar. It is quite crowded, so we are standing way over here. We're doing airline logo trivia, which actually is really difficult, but it's good that they gave us a sheet, so that means we can do the trivia wherever we want, basically, because it's crowded in schooner bar. Seriously, this day is going to be packed. I feel like there's not that many activities. Like, I know they tried to make up for it, so they're going to run a bingo today when there wasn't going to be one. They don't normally run bingo on port days, so they gave us a bingo today. I don't know if we're going to do that, but I'm just kind of like pointing out what happens on a cancellation day. So that's why I'm seriously wondering, is Royal Caribbean just doing that so that way they can make more money? I don't know. I really don't think so, because I think they would rather have us go into port. But I'm just saying. Maybe. Ended up with 13 out of 26. Not that bad, given that one of these airlines doesn't actually exist anymore. Comment down below if you know which one. Something that could only happen on a Royal Caribbean ship, a parade. Anchors Away parade. Let's go take a look.
The biggest in the world, I might add. You should all be celebrating.
Here's to the tall ships, here's to the small ships, here's to the ships at sea. But the best ships are the friendships. Here's to you and me. Bottoms up. Chassez right. Chassez left. Alabande right to the corner, mate. Pasta promenade. Circulate.
So I am out here on the boardwalk and I found something in the app. It's called Games, and apparently there's like 3 boardwalk games you can play. Never ever seen this before, but we're gonna test it out. I think I know where the posters are. I think. We're gonna find them and then we're gonna test them out and see if they're any good. Okay, so unfortunately we got here and one of them is covered by umbrellas, but we could try it the other one. There's 3 of them. You're live. Go, go, gopher. Is this like whack-a-mole? Oh, it is. Oh my gosh. Alright, we're missing some. Oh my gosh, the requirement is also to like look at it and not move the phone. Yeesh. I'm bad at this. 13, 20 points. Okay. And then I think we could do the duck one. So I mean, like, that's just cool that they have games at all that's possible. Are we supposed to? Oh, okay, so I tap, I'm supposed to aim. Okay. Aim at the targets. I get it now. Okay, this is weird. Okay, I'm also doing this with one hand, so that's why I'm bad at this. I promise I'd be way better. In fact, I might have to go do this on my own without the camera, so I could prove that I'm better than what I'm doing right now. Wow. Okay. It's just cool that they even have that as an option. I feel like Boardwalk, you would have Boardwalk games, so that's kind of always been my thought for a little bit, like when I went back on 10 years ago. The fact that they implemented it into the app and that there are Boardwalk games is really cool to me. They are a little finicky, I will say. I think I could have done way better if it wasn't the fact that I was holding left. Like, I was holding it with my left hand, which is not my dominant hand, and I was only holding with one, with holding the camera in the other hand. That's the whole reason why I did bad. I bet you I could triple or quadruple the points that I got. So this is your fault, not mine. I mean, it's just a cool little thing. There's 3 posters. They're all right next to each other. It would have been nice, I think, if they put them a little bit instead of like, it said find the posters on the app. I didn't really have to find anything. It was all right there in one section. Like, I didn't go anywhere. So that's one thing. And Johnny Rockets puts its umbrellas there and kind of ends up blocking one of the games. So we only got 2 out of 3. But on the app it says that there's one more game coming too, so I don't know where that poster's supposed to go. So I think it's just cool that there's any interactivity that Royal Caribbean has. I would have honestly never discovered that if I just was not bored today looking at the app. It gives something extra to do on Boardwalk, and it fits. Yeah, it just makes so much sense to have the Boardwalk games. I just want to mention that they still call Deck 3 gangway, even though we don't actually have a gangway to get off on. Well, I mean, I guess you could get off. It's just, you're not getting off in a Costa Maya. You're just going to end up in the water. It's cool that the elevators do update to tell you when where the gangway is at what point when you're in port. But it's kind of a bummer they didn't disable it for the day, though technically we should have already left already, so a little slow, IT, just saying. Welcome back to American Icon for dinner. The theme for tonight's menu is Mexican night for our first stop in a Mexican port. Oh, yeah, that's right. Anyways, feel free to pause at any point if you want and take a picture or look at the menu. What would you pick? Comment down below. It was Mexican night. The tortilla soup, the vegan tortilla soup, fantastic. I like that a lot. I had the carne asada as well. That was good. And the dessert was not my favorite one out of the entire list, but it's okay. Overall, good dinner. I just wish, we had the Mexican theme for the Mexican port, but we didn't actually go. I don't know if you know this, but Royal Caribbean's new menu set that they have rolled out to all their ships have a theme, and they have rules in which they apply. So Mexican port, Mexican night. That's usually how it goes. Fortunately, we didn't get that. This is like a C-Day. I'm kind of sad about that. But can't complain though. Dinner was good, and I'm looking forward to the next time I have that meal. Just run upstairs. It's time to run back downstairs because we're heading to the Amber Theater for Mamma Mia, which is a Broadway show, and we can't record that, so we'll check back with you at the end, if I make it all the way to the end. My stateroom attendant told me that it was boring. Is that a sign or something? I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you know. Honest thoughts, coming soon. Got to the 15-minute intermission. We'll say I do like it a lot. Dad is struggling a little bit.
Sleepy. Very sleepy.
It's definitely a slower show. I mean, I like it. The good story's great. If you like ABBA, you're gonna love the music. But there's a 15-minute intermission in it. That should tell you something. I mean, it's a true Broadway show, so they usually have intermissions. That's how that goes. I think I could easily see how others probably would not want to stay for a full 2.5 hour show. That's just the update right now. We'll check back for the rest. And that was Mamma Mia. That was a fantastic show. I would watch it again for sure. I wish Jalen was here. She would definitely really appreciate that. Honestly, if you don't know anything about Mamma Mia, I would recommend you do your own research because I'm not the right person to explain this. But it was an overall good show. And in the end, they gave us a few numbers of all the popular Mamma Mia ABBA songs, and that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Out of one show and into the next. Here's for Studio B, Quest. I said that wrong. What I meant to say is we're here in Studio B for Quest. I don't know, I'm tired.
With our crazy Quest game show. Team captains, focus up. First item that I'm looking for tonight. First items that I'm looking for tonight. I'm looking for, and now remember, if I tell you no, if it's not what I'm looking for, I'm going to tell you no, you must go back to your team. First items, I'm looking for your team number and 3 cruise compasses. Go! Model it, sir. There we go. Very nice. Next items I'm looking for. Again, if I tell you no, you must go back to your team. I'm looking for your team number and 5 pieces of candy. Go! For this next item, you are not allowed to use Google or any search engine whatsoever. You cannot use Google, Ask Jeeves, Yahoo, nothing like that. You cannot use any search engine. I'm looking for your team number and a picture of the White House. Go! You clearly have no idea what the White House looks like. That's okay. For those of you who did not get the points, the White House is on the $20 bill. You must be able to show me where it is. I'm looking for your team number and a sock with a hole in it. Go! Where is it? Show me the hole. Team 2!
Alas, we find ourselves back in the Boardwalk. My favorite place to close out the day because, I don't know, just... You hear that? It's nothing. It's chill. It's tame. Yes, the wind's a little loud, but you know what? That's okay. It's a windy day. Well, I mean, it's not okay because that ended up making us miss Costa Maya, and that kind of was the whole thing. And so we just got done with, well, let's start from the beginning. We finished up Mamma Mia, and that was a really good show. I actually really enjoyed it. I would go back to see it again. I do recommend that if you can enjoy a Broadway show, it is a longer show, 2+ hours with an intermission of 15 minutes. It's a lot of time to dedicate, especially when there's so much to do aboard Allure of the Seas. It's hard to give away 2.5 hours to that, but I enjoyed the show. My dad, he liked it. He was tired, and he did leave a little early, but you know what? That's okay, because you're there to enjoy it as much as you want. You don't have to be there for the whole show. They don't really expect it. I mean, obviously, they want you to be there for the whole show because they put so much work and effort into the show, but they understand. You know, it's a cruise. You're here to do it yourself. You're not paying $100 or whatever amount of money to be in that Broadway show. Go, enjoy it. If it's for you, stay. If not, leave. I think it's okay. It's not for everybody. And that's the greatest thing about Royal Caribbean is that Allure of the Seas, it's for everyone. Not everything on board is for everybody, but there is something for everyone. At least that's what I feel like. There's just so many things to do, and that Broadway show is pretty spectacular. Then after the show, we went on to go see the Crazy Quest game show, which is an adults-only game show. Not for the faint of heart, I will say. Make sure that there isn't any kids in there, though they didn't really scan or check. I feel like if you really wanted to, if you're like an older-looking kid, maybe you could have been okay with being in there, but really not suggested for you. It was a fun game show, as always. We show the lesser, more appropriate parts, and then after that, it starts to ramp up the longer it goes on. Fun show. I do enjoy it. That is one of the Royal Caribbean classics. Go see it if that sounds like you. I recommend it, but, you know, it's not for everybody, so just remember that one. Now, one of the things that I did miss is the Battle of the Sexes. They ended up adding that onto the schedule a little bit later due to the fact that we were canceled, so they wanted to make up for it. That was at 9:45, but like I said, 2.5 hour show. Yes, the show started at 8. I didn't get out of there until just before Quest at 10:45. I didn't get to see the Battle of the Sexes. I'm sure it was good. It was held over in the Aqua Theater, and I'm glad that Royal Caribbean did try to do a little bit to make up for the fact that we missed out on a port. We've experienced quite a few ports being canceled on us over the time of our adventures, and I will say that Royal Caribbean did the best by adding a big show like Battle of the Sexes onto the itinerary. They added bingo, which if you're not a bingo player, then that's really not a thing. It's really a sea day thing, so it's nice that they kind of just turn it into a sea day. The restaurants seem to be really busy. There's plenty to eat, there's plenty to do. Don't worry if you get canceled. Obviously, it's not the best thing in the world, especially if you're looking forward to the port. And it does make the ship busier if you're planning on staying aboard, but hey, everyone was on board. They tried to make up the best way they can, and I think they did a pretty solid job. I do know that they've missed the last 2 weeks, this being the third week of them missing Costa Maya. It's super unfortunate that it's just a very finicky port. If it's windy, the bad waves, you're not going to make it, and that's the unfortunate thing. But hey, it is what it is when in Rome. It is all a part of cruising. Mother Nature does whatever she wants to do, and we felt it quite a bit on this sailing, though I think right now it's definitely seemed to calm down. The wind's still a little windy, but the waves have definitely tamed up. It was a lot worse this morning, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the day. I know it wasn't exactly what we had planned, but it's just a good way to see what happens when a port gets canceled. Another example of it, this being the third one. At least this time it wasn't a private island, I guess. Anyways, tomorrow should be Cozumel. We're going to be in Cozumel. Not exactly sure what we're going to do, because when we plan things, it tends to go south. So we're not going to plan it, and we're just going to let the ball go the way it wants to roll. Thank you so much for watching. Check out tomorrow's video on Cozumel. As always, this is not a goodbye, but just a see ya real soon. Bye, monkey.